to you at this point. You have what the probe agency has claimed, not only outside the court to the journalists, but also inside the court, and that's been refuted by the court itself. And it's not just that aspect. You have Arvind Kejriwal. You know, this is interesting because Arvind Kejriwal is not lying low and taking whatever the probe agency is giving. He's an accused. He's in arrest. He's in the custody, and yet while he's going out of court, coming out of court, he's giving reactions to people. He's not taking anything what the probe agency is doing. Is that kind of putting a little pressure, a little heat on in an unexpected manner as well?
Yes, definitely. These are all tactics to put pressure on the probe agencies. Now, I am not the spokesperson for the CBI or ED. I don't have the papers. I don't know what kind of statement did Mr. Arvind Kejriwal give to ED or CBI. So the claim of the CBI inside the court that yes, he stated that everything was managed by Mr. Manish Sisodia is to be justified by the CBI itself, not by us. Secondly, but if you remember, on 1st of April 2024, when he was produced after 8 days of police custody by the ED inside the court, there was a submission made by the learned ASG that upon a question put to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal as to Vijay Nair reported to which of the people, then Mr. Kejriwal did not answer. Rather, the ED said that Kejriwal's response was that Vijay Nair did not report to me, but Vijay Nair reported to Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj. And please go through the entire proceeding that took place today. Today also, it was the claim of the CBI that the Kejriwal has said that Vijay Nair reported to Atishi and Saurabh. Merely because the Kejriwal has not refuted all these allegations, does it mean that yes, it is his statement that Vijay Nair reported to Atishi and Saurabh? So these are all oral remarks by the court. It does happen. The CBI will substantiate all that. I'm not going to that.
Oral remarks, nonetheless, remarks that are on record. I mean, these are things that have happened. No one can refute it. And the opposition is going on to say that, listen, the CBI's lies are out. That's what the opposition is saying. Isn't that what you make out of this as well?
We believe in the court. That's what I'm saying, that the Bharatiya Janata Party believes in the judicial system of the country. There was a claim made by the CBI, which was refuted by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. It is the Honorable Court which has to decide, which has to look into, and the Honorable Court has passed its oral remarks. So let the order come, everything will be clarified. There are many instances where there are certain oral remarks are made, just like what happened in the Supreme Court few days back, when they said orally that something which is unusual about the High Court reserving the stay, the order on the stay application. So there are certain things which orally happen. This might have happened during the investigation or interrogation. The CBI might have asked a question. He said, no, I don't know. Manish Sisodia is that may not have been recorded because they did not find it to be maybe a relevant factor to be recorded in the papers. So therefore, I am not responding to that. We will believe what the court says.
That's interesting. You're saying it may not, it was not recorded because possibly it was seen as unbelievable, and yet it is quoted in court and outside. So that's very interesting in any case. But nonetheless, Zeeshan Haider, what do you respond to what the BJP is claiming, but also the fact that the India Alliance, the allies of Aam Aadmi Party in the Lok Sabha elections, as it were, at least nationally, have gone on to say that the timing is wrong, look at the timing. But whenever the arrests happen, the timing becomes an issue. Whether it was during the elections, the CBI said we could have arrested him long before, but we waited for the elections to get over.
स्नेहा जी, सबसे पहले तो मैं एक बात बताऊं ये कि देखिए, सीबीआई तब आई जब ईडी 2 साल में कुछ नहीं कर सकी। खासतौर से ईडी ने देखा कि अब हम 2 साल में कुछ साबित कर नहीं पा रहे हैं, तो अब फौरन ही, और बौखलाहट कहाँ हुई इन जांच एजेंसियों को। ईडी 2 साल में अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया और किसी के खिलाफ कुछ साबित नहीं कर सकी। संजय सिंह को भी जमानत देनी पड़ गई, केजरीवाल को भी इलेक्शन के बीच में जमानत सुप्रीम कोर्ट, माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने दी। तो ईडी की जब कुछ पता चल गया कि ईडी तो कुछ साबित नहीं कर रही, तो इसीलिए लोअर कोर्ट से जैसे ही जमानत मिली वैसे ही सीबीआई को भेज दिया गया। क्योंकि मोदी सरकार को मतलब अभी जो सबक मिला है ना, 240 सीटों का 400 से वो 240 पे एकदम पहुंच गए। उसके बावजूद भी मुझे लगता है कि अब उन्होंने, आप सोशल मीडिया वगैरह पर जाकर भी देखिए कि सिर्फ और सिर्फ बीजेपी अब दुगना तिगना झूठ फैला रही है, और यही काम सीबीआई ने भी कर दिया। देखिए, एक जैसी झूठ उसने फैलाया कि अरविंद केजरीवाल ने कहा कि मनीष सिसोदिया दोषी हैं, और कोर्ट ने कहा नहीं, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं कहा। सामने आ गया सीबीआई का झूठ भी। देखिए अब सीबीआई भी क्या करेगी, यही है कि आरोप लगा कर अरविंद केजरीवाल को अंदर रखने की कोशिश करेगी। तो मुझे लगता है जो अहंकार सारे देश की जनता ने मतलब मिटा दिया था मोदी जी का, मिट जाना चाहिए था 240 सीटें आने पर, वो और फिर से बढ़ रहा है। जबकि बैसाखी वाली सरकार है, किसी भी वक्त प्रधानमंत्री बदल सकता है, एनडीए का प्रधानमंत्री हटके इंडिया का प्रधानमंती बन सकता है। तो आपको पता ही है ना कितने नंबर्स क्लोज आ गए हैं। तो इसलिए अपनी तरफ से कुछ भी आप उन पर इल्जाम लगाते रहिए, साबित कुछ कर मत पाइए।
फिलहाल तो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी जेल में है. For now, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is in jail. He's an accused. He's been arrested in this case. There are strong allegations against him. We're debating on that. We're not debating about who the prime minister is and who can be the next prime minister. That's not what our point of contention is. But Sanjay Hegde, if I can return to this topic and if I can come to you as well on this. Okay, if I can come to you, Mr. Sanjay Hegde, look, another thing that is often spoken about probe agencies is, and that's something that the court has also spoken about, there seems to be such low conviction rates, the trial that the manner in which the trial goes, and arrests after arrests that keep happening in cases. Now, why I'm asking you this is, again, the timing of this. There was likely to be a hearing in Supreme Court. We don't know whether it would have reached out in bail or not. Nonetheless, there was going to be a hearing in Supreme Court today, and the CBI arrests a day before. In fact, just today itself, the CBI arrested Arvind Kejriwal officially. Is this, again, question marks on the way the probe agency functions, or is this overreading?
It's not overreading. But yes, probe agencies do function that way. It's only because it's Mr. Kejriwal that people are now seeing how unfair it is. It's often happened that whenever an agency wanted to keep somebody in and there was a possibility of bail, they would arrest them in some other case. And if courts were to grant bail even in the second case, then there are things like the National Security Act under which preventive detention is done. So the essence of a police state is the ability of the policeman to keep you inside a prison for as long as he wishes, and irrespective of what the courts say or think. That is the kind of thinking that we as a country can no longer afford. We have continued in the past 70 odd years, privileging the policeman over the citizen. It's not Mr. Kejriwal alone. You have so many people in the Bhima Koregaon and the other cases who are still in prison. They do not, their cases do not reach the courts all that often. And apart from the Bhima Koregaon and the others who have come to notice, there are so many poor people. The essence is that when the prosecution decides to get unfair, it can get very unfair, and courts rarely take them to task. So the trial judge in this case, Ms. Bindu, who wrote that judgment, did actually what was required of a questioning judiciary.
It's interesting. In fact, I'm told that we are getting some breaking news at this point.